Interest rates are peaking yet again. What is going on in the Denver, Colorado real estate market? Hi YouTube, I am Kareem Howard, your go-to licensed realtor with Gerlach Homes. Now on this channel, I post a lot of different type of content, property tours, community tours, market updates, anything pertaining to the Denver, Colorado real estate market. So if that's something you're interested in, then this is the perfect channel for you. Please feel to like and subscribe. Now, also, if you are thinking about buying or selling at any point in the next year, 2 years, 3 years, it does not matter. I would absolutely love to help you out. You can ask me any question on your mind. All of my contact info is down in the description. So there's a lot going on in November. First things first, we have the presidential election on Tuesday, November 5th. Now, if all goes to plan, which is kind of on me, this video should be out November 3rd on Sunday, which is 2 days before the election. So you might be watching this either before the election, more than likely you're gonna be watching it after the election. So you already know what's gonna happen. Now, why is this important? How does this pertain to the Denver real estate market? I talk to a lot of people, or I hear from a lot of people that say, I'm not buying a house if Kamala wins, or I'm not buying a house if Trump wins. I think it goes both ways. And so a lot of people are waiting for the presidential election to end. They're waiting to see whether they should buy a house, whether X wins, whoever they're voting for. And so a lot of people are on the fence right now. There's just a lot of uncertainty in the air. People want to see who's going to be the next president. And you want to know what's not helping? These gosh darn interest rates. So at the time of recording, which is Friday, November 1st, interest rates are at 7.09%. So if you don't know, this is the highest rates have been in the past 4 months. And some of you are sitting behind that screen and you're like, wait, this doesn't make any sense, because didn't the Fed cut rates back in September? You're right, they did cut rates back in September. They cut it 0.5 percentage point. But what ended up happening is rates went back up. How does that even make sense? It really doesn't. But essentially what was going on was they cut rates, but rates were already getting baked down. A lot of people already knew rates were going to be cut because they announced it. You know, we kind of saw all the signs in the economy. And so everyone was getting prepared for rates to cut. And mortgage lenders we're kind of dropping those interest rates. We saw it dip down to even a low of like 6.08%. And after the Fed cut the rates, they're like, oh my gosh, we cut the rates too much. We got to readjust. We got to go back up. And they raised the whole percentage back to 7.09 at the time of recording. So all this is to say, the real estate market has been slow. Inventory levels. Inventory levels were down in the month of October, which we expect with Halloween coming up. After this, we have Thanksgiving, we have Christmas, whatever you celebrate. We saw an 11.6 decrease of new listings hit the market and a 7.4% decrease in active listings on the market. You want to know what else was down? Closed listings was down 4.2%. Now, even though closed listings were down, we saw an even bigger decrease in the amount of homes hitting the market. So we took a chunk out of the amount of homes, the amount of inventory that we have. So last month we were at 3.4 months of inventory, and now we are down to 3.1 months of inventory. If you want to gauge kind of how this compares to last year at this time in October, we were at 2.8 months of inventory. Now, what happened to home prices? Surprisingly, the median close price was up 4.1% at $605,000. Now it's really not making sense, right? Let me kind of explain what I think happened and what's probably going to continue to happen as we move towards the end of the year. Now, what this metric is telling us, because we saw there's decrease in new listings, decrease in closed listings, is that the people that are buying houses are the people that are probably above the median home price. The people that have a little bit of money, this isn't their first time buying a house. These are seasoned buyers, and they kind of know that this is a good time to take advantage of the market. What happens a lot, which is a lot of people I talk to, is a lot of first-time home buyers are scared because you see the articles, you see the headlines, you see that interest rates are at historic high, 7%, which being in real estate, I know that's high, right? But they see these numbers and they're like, I'm not gonna buy a house. I'm just gonna wait for interest rates to drop. And so these lower price points are getting cut out, and they're just waiting for next year. While the people that have experience, have the money, have everything that they need to buy a house are buying those $600,000, $700,000 houses. They're taking advantage of this market. Now, what is the buyer advantage? You guys hear me talking about the advantage throughout this whole video. People are in the holiday spirit. Yesterday was Halloween. People are celebrating Halloween. We have Thanksgiving, we have Christmas, we have all of the holidays coming in. Kids are gonna be out of school. People are taking time off work. People are trying to sit at home and do nothing. What does this mean? You don't want to sell your house. You don't want to sell your house during the holidays, make a big move when you just want to have everyone at your house. So no one's putting their homes on the market, and the homes are sitting on the market because buyers, same thing, they're sitting at home. They don't want to go out and buy houses in this market. They'll wait till New Year's, wait till the resolutions. But the good buyers, the people that want to take advantage, are taking advantage of this. What can you do? Kind of the best example of why rates where they are now is actually a really good advantage for buyers is when I first got licensed back in 2021, interest rates were at historic lows. I was literally at the opposite end of the spectrum. They were 3%, high 2%. And so when people were getting approved at these 2-3%, everybody was getting approved, everybody was shopping for homes. And when I was taking my very first buyers after that, we were probably submitting 15, 20 plus different offers because we kept getting beat out, cash offer, $100,000 over asking. You guys kind of get the picture. But now, this whole entire year, I haven't even lost a single offer. And I'm lowballing some of these people. I'm coming in low. I'm asking for money. I'm asking them to do stuff, repair things. I could not do this when I first got licensed in low interest rate markets. And so the people that I do think suit this market best are people that don't have that much money. If you have $3,000 to $5,000 to buy a house, you don't want to afford closing costs, all the repairs, things like that, get into this market now because you can just ask the seller to do it. You're like, hey man, can you fix this? Can you buy this? Can you pay for this? It works out phenomenally. Now at this point now, we are probably going to see 2 more rate cuts this year. They're probably going to be only a 0.25% for a total of 1%. Because remember when the last time Fed cut rates, it was 0.5%. Half plus half is 1%. So the good thing, the people that take advantage of the low prices, all the things you can get in this market now, as soon as rates do drop next year, you refinance into the lower rate, you lower your monthly payment, and you're just going to be in a really, really good spot. Now, this advantage can't only be to the buyers. What's the advantages for sellers listing in this market? Now, my number one advice for sellers is something that I actively do with my clients. I already have listings set up for next year, and that is just wait until next year if you have to sell. Wait until rates kind of drop. Wait until more buyers are ready to get into the real estate market after the holiday season. Wait until January, February, March, even springtime if you want, because this is when you're going to get the most amount of money. This is when holiday season ends. People got their New Year's resolutions. Kids are out of school for springtime, right? And this is the prime time people want to sell their house. People want to buy their house. It's going to be spring, summer next year. So I just wait until next year. But if you're in a spot where you have to sell your house, whether it's death, divorce, job relocation, you're moving out of state, you hate Colorado, anything like that, you can still sell your house. There's still some type of advantages that you can take advantage, but you got to be smart. Number one, I think a big advantage of this market is the buyers that are looking right now, kind of like what I told you guys, and why the median sales price is up a little bit this month, is these buyers are serious buyers. They know what they're doing. They know what they're looking for. They're not going to lollygag around. Now we saw that the months of inventory dropped from 3.4 to 3.1. So there's a little bit less inventory compared to last month, which means you have a little bit less competition. Now, if you need to sell your house in this market, you can definitely get it done. Make sure you price it right. And maybe you start offering incentives. Maybe you start offering home warranties, repairs, seller concessions, rate buy downs. The buyers love I love rate buy downs. I love all of this, right? So make sure you're making it look good for a buyer. If you are a buyer buying your house, what would you want? I really appreciate you guys watching this video, and hopefully you learned something, whether you're a buyer, a seller, looking into the market. It really doesn't matter. Now, as always, if you are looking to buy or sell at any point in the next year, 2 years, 3 years, it does not matter. Any questions you have, feel free to reach out. All of my contact info is down in the description. That's going to be it for this video. I will see you guys in the next one.